It's amazing. 7 years after your arrival, 7 years of living 3 years of living in a trailer in a parking lot, and but really 7 years of just trying to get a deal. But at the same time, during that period of time, you just didn't stop. You didn't stop writing. You didn't stop performing. And I wonder how you kept your spirits up. How did you stay positive and focused? Because that requires so much discipline to keep going. There are tens of thousands of people that we don't even know about who've tried to do this in Hollywood or in Nashville, who just gave up because it didn't work. And some of them might have been superstars. But how did you stay positive during that time and not anxious or depressed or sad or lonely or all those things?
I definitely had seasons of anxiety and depression. But I would always say, I went into this record label and I had a meeting. And they passed on me. They said, no, not right now. Go work a little harder and then come back several years, blah, 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 whatever. I always had the mentality of, okay, I would never have gotten this meeting if it was going to always be a no. I would have never met this person if it was always going to be a no. At some point in time, somebody is going to say yes. I did not know when. And it took me a lot longer than a lot of folks. I would see people move to town and they'd be here for a month and get a dang record deal. But I also know from watching my daddy, from watching him get up every day, do the same thing, farming, plant it, water it, take care of it, day in and day out. A tornado could roll through and wipe it all away. At the end of the day, it's his livelihood. It's what he loves. And I relate it back to what I do. I would consider myself a song farmer. It's what I do. And that was it. I knew that I had to take care of it. I knew that there was going to be bad times. There was going to be good times. But if you want something, it's up to you to go get it. And so I would take these no's and I would turn them into yeses somehow. And I think it was just finding the right people. I think it was finding the people, like I said earlier, who loved me and believed in me and my story.
I think 10 years to the day that you left Baskin to move to that camper trailer, you hit that single, Things Man I Don't Know, hit platinum, was certified platinum, which is unbelievable. I read somewhere that before that happened, just before you signed those deals, you had $50 left or $100 left in your bank account. Is that apocryphal or is that actually true?
It was, I believe, about 6 or 8 months before Things a Man Ought to Know went number one that I had, I believe it was $26 in my bank account. Everybody thinks when you sign a record deal that you're doing fine, and everybody thinks when you sign a publishing deal that, oh, she ain't hurting. But that's not the truth at all. We're just out here trying to pay our bills just like everybody else. So, I was definitely thinking during that time of my life, we were coming out of the pandemic, still in it some, and it was hard times. I was not able to go play shows and make any money. I was just living off of what I had. And a little bit of that publishing draw, and times were rough, but I knew it was just right around the corner. I knew that, my sister had to Venmo me $200 so I could go to Taco Bell that night, but times are different now.
Had to do it. You had to make it. You had no choice.
I had no choice. I still have no choice. I feel like I'm going to be 90 years old, still writing, still doing something, still being creative. That's what I've learned is whether it's in the acting world with Yellowstone or whatever it is, I enjoy stepping outside of my comfort zone. I do. I enjoy feeling like I'm learning and growing. and creating something from scratch that is going to live longer than me. That's the cool part about all this. Is like what we're creating right now. Even me and you talking right now, this is going to live longer than we are.
If you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire episode, click right here.